Shedeur Sanders propels Browns, eyeing 2026 QB spotlight amid Steelers' victory celebration.
But we're on Shedeur Sanders' watch. We're keeping an eye on that leprechaun, and we know why we're here. We know why we're here as we toss the belts. Browns beat the Steelers. Big matchup today. And now the draft slot for Shedeur Sanders getting rather enticing that he's going to be your 2026 starting quarterback. Odds are better in his favor.
Yeah, obviously he wins. Got to win. So that's great for the young man. Gets to beat Pittsburgh. Gets to beat a division rival. So they're not going to be easy. Not in this division. So proud of him for that. There's always things he can clean up. I thought we got a little unlucky on that first interception. We can certainly learn from the second one, and he will. But yeah, he continued to battle.
A win under his belt. A good start to the game. Browns beat the Steelers here. Huge, huge win for the Cleveland fan base, as they had nothing to look forward to, but you heard it rumble in the dog pound today. And today we're going to go over what they're saying about Shedeur and the Cleveland Browns like we do after every single game. But enjoy this one. Enjoy this one, Browns fans, Shedeur fans. Before we dig in, though, you need to click that subscribe button right now. I'm here after every single game, giving the recap. On top of that, I'm keeping you in the loop of these quarterbacks, what's going on, what's being said, the conspiracy theories. We're watching the practice reps live every single day, going over what the beat writers are saying. We're making fun of your coaches and maybe your new coaches too. We're making fun of ownership, leadership, until they get it right, which hasn't happened our entire lives. Follow me with this journey. Click that button. Stop missing out. We are doing what we do every Sunday here. It all started with Dylan Gabriel, because Dylan Gabriel was a stand-up comedy hour when you went down the list on Twitter, the feed, searching his name, and it was just laugh after laugh. We ain't laughing no more.
So I'm just extremely grateful for that group in there, how hard they play for 60 minutes. That's what they do at practice, shows up in games. So plenty to clean up like there always is, but to beat a good football team, it says a lot about that locker room. So I'm proud of those guys.
We ain't been laughing for months now. We should are back. That's the thing about this. You can say what you want. What are the haters saying? What are the haters saying? But we took down the Steelers today.
We love playing in front of our fans. We love that they stick with us. We love the energy that they bring to this building, and we wanted to reward them with a win versus a divisional win.
That is huge. Browns fans got the audacity to blame Jerry Jeudy when he got Sanders doing shit like this downfield.
I'm not sure, honestly. Like they got good players, they got good coaches too. So of course, whenever we're having a lot of success, they're gonna make adjustments and everything. But I haven't watched the film to be able to know, exactly. I know there's a couple passes, like for sure to get back down to the check down, to get back down to there. But I just didn't do it. So, it's just something I learned from.
This is a horrible pass by Shedeur Sanders, but Jerry Jeudy just standing. Like I said, I did a video on Jerry Jeudy earlier this week. Doesn't finish his routes. He's a Madonna. I don't even know what to call him. Like, he pouts a lot downfield. You got to have that my ball mentality.
I would say just the relationship with Andre, for sure. We had a conversation, when he was going through it, and then since then it been nothing but up. So I'm very happy that he was able to get out that hole that he was in, and that he's able to see the other side of things. I think like that's the only thing I think about whenever I look at him, whenever I see him. I'm just excited. I'm just happy that he was able to see the other side of things.
But it is what it is. 20 years ago, in 2005, Aaron Rodgers played against Dion, and now he just lost to Shedeur.
It felt good. Getting a win overall, and especially the team we won against. I think bittersweet because I feel like offense, we got to do our part. I got to do my part, a little bit more. We can't be happy with only 10 points. 13.
Shedeur Sanders and Jerry Jeudy. Never Jerry Jeudy. Fannin came out. We did this without Fannin, without Quinshawn Judkins. Downfield. This one stalled up. Right there we go. just making multiple plays downfield. We were hot in the first half.
Yeah, it's extremely exciting to get the win at home for sure. I've been needing to win at home for a minute, so so that's what's good. That's what I'm excited for. That we brought that feeling back in this place.
And the one thing I can say, Mike Tomlin and staff came out and made good adjustments. That's one thing you do not see with the Browns. Like in the second half, you do not see adjustments. You see teams adjusting in them and just taking over in the second half a lot. Versus the Steelers, 186, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. More yards than Aaron Rodgers. You can say DK was out. Shedeur's never had a DK. He's never had a DK. He didn't have a Jalen Warren or a Kenneth Gainwell. He didn't have that. I mean, you can say that with Sampson. This was just gritty football. Players out. They had 3 tight ends versus none pretty much the whole game. Imagine if Fannin was still there. They would have got diced up. Like, this probably wouldn't have been a close game if Fannin was in there, especially they had Njoku with it. Let's play those numbers if you're going to play that. There we go. We're celebrating, guys. Every time Shedeur starts to get into rhythm, Cam Robinson destroys it. He's trash. Like, you got to rebuild this whole offensive line. Like, you got to rebuild the whole thing, and you got to get wide receivers. And I love Carnell Tate. That is my Christmas wish for this team. Carnell Tate. I want Carnell Tate on this team, and I want to play for Jeremiah Smith. I want Buckeyes. Like, if we're going to really... One thing you're seeing last 2 weeks is him taking off with it. That is what you're seeing over the last 2 weeks. Him taking off with it more, stepping up more in the pocket. You're seeing him go underneath a little bit more. You saw him go to the flat a little bit more today. You're seeing that. You're seeing stuff like that. People are going to highlight that all day long. Give it to those haters. Give it to those haters that he only scored 200. Because every single game against the Browns, though, the opposing quarterback isn't lighting it up either. And he's just the rookie out there doing some of those rookie things. That's the thing about that. Again, that pick, I get it. Some of that stuff's got to get cleaned up a little bit. But you got the win. They got the win here. That's the thing about this. Yeah. You better change your name, buddy. Change your name, buddy. Change your name. Browns, 6 drives with Shedeur. Sack, fumble, punt, interception, 1 first down, sack, punt. What'd they say about it? Browns beat him. Doesn't matter. You were hot in the first half. You had one half where you're hot. You were able to cruise it in the second half. Sure, you had some mistakes. Sure. Some of that's going to clean up. Give the context of the practice reps in summer. We went over the Dylan Gabriel reps, and this dumbass coaching staff did not elevate competition. Would have made both quarterbacks better. Then I'm talking about Shedeur pregame. Where are you guys at here? The haters ain't out there. They're looking, they're saying that's a bad decision. That you're going to get that from some of those quarterbacks anyways, those top in flight quarterbacks anyways. Like, you're going to get those mistakes anyways. And you had the tip pass. This guy's funny. Follow him. This guy's funny. And there's the side of Shedeur that needs work. I get it. All rookies need work. All of them. You got the win. You're showing him, and you're seeing him work through adversity here. You're seeing him make big plays. And like I said last week, like, I get it. It was not the result a lot of people were wanting or the haters wanted or whatnot, but he was sustaining drives. And if you keep building on that, you're going to start sneaking wins. And that's it. We're not here to buy players. We're here to buy wins per Moneyball, per Paul D. Podesta. Where you at, son? You ain't here. You gone. Look at that fan and TD. Look at that. We're deep down. Nobody's talking. Nobody watched the game. Let me tell you this. This was a huge win. This is a huge win for the Browns. This is a huge win for Shedeur Sanders. Like, you might have to trade up to get your quarterback. And Dante Moore is not guaranteed to come out. Rumors months ago, remember, that he was not going to come out for the draft. You're looking at your 2026 starting quarterback more than likely now. more than likely now, Shedeur Sanders just said, hey, I'm your 2026 starter. Whether you like it or not, he just said, I'm your 2026 starter. What do you think about that? Because that's what needed to be done to win some games. To win a game here, elevate the draft position. Now, if they trade up for a quarterback, that's on them. That's stupid. That's stupid when you don't have cap space. That's stupid, especially when Dante Moore, like we shown the other day, not a finished product, probably would benefit greatly for another year, even though he had a good year. And plus, I don't think he'd be a great fit right now with how this team is wrecked at wide receiver and offensive line. Like, if I'm a Dante Moore fan and you're happy that he goes to the Browns early, like, I would definitely say this about that. I would definitely say this, that there's a lot of issues with this team, and you don't have cap space to figure it out, and you just burn a pick on Dante. Shedeur Sanders is going to give you an opportunity to build this team through the draft this year and give you those opportunities. This is great. This is great here for the Browns. The Browns needed this. The Browns needed this because you did not want them to keep losing into the part where, hey, maybe we just take this quarterback. Maybe we just do it. Like, they needed this. Like, if you're a Browns fan, you needed this because you can't keep burning picks at quarterback when you don't have a team around them. Like, special teams is so wrecked right now. There's an issue every game. There's a little issue today even. Special teams is wrecked every single week. Like against the 49ers, you had 3 really bad plays. You got that rough play every single week. You got some good punts today, though. You got some good punts when you need it. But you think about this. That shows your depth. That shows how bad off. You got to build the whole offensive line. You got to get some wide receivers in here. You need to get some studs. You need to get a wide receiver here where he can hyper-target. Like, you need your security blanket to not be a tight end here. Like, Aaron Rodgers had that with DK throughout the season. He had none of that. None of that. Jerry Jeudy doesn't run through routes. Jerry Jeudy, stalling, drops, fumbles, all that. You want to stay away from that as much as possible. You're staying in that if you draft the quarterback. So if I'm a Browns fan, and even if I did not like Shedeur, or if I was on the fence, or if I'm just a Browns fan, that's what you need to build this team. You need to build this team. Like, you have to re-gut the offensive line, wide receivers here, and you ain't doing it if you keep chasing quarterbacks. You ain't going to do it. You ain't going to do that. So if you're a Browns fan and you did not care about the Shedeur yes or no, you won today. You won today because you need to build this team. Like, you always think, hey, quarterback's there, better get him. That's not always the case. That's not always the case. And we had a great quarterback class the year prior. It's not always the case here, especially with how your team's built. Like, you're going to be halfway through that rookie contract till you figure out what you got. This is exciting. I'm happy for you, Browns fans. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. Fired up. Thank you for a great season. Thank you for a great season. I'll catch you on the next.